Hello, everyone. We are having some issues currently because Logan does not remember his password for anything. So he is logged out because he is stupid. But when he is logged in, shut up, Logan. But when he is logged in and in the stream, we will begin the debate with the opening topics. Alrighty, people, we have it. And now I will be adding Logan. Logan, I will
All
keep
right.
you muted
Yeah,
until we
yeah,
have
yeah.
until
After
I have
this, I'm gonna have to
started up.
log out of. After this, I'm gonna have to log out of the.
Yeah. All right. So now that we are officially live, I will start off with our opening statement. Uh, of which we have 3 clicks on the website, meaning that hopefully someone is viewing this through the website app. It won't tell us if someone is viewing, but it will still tell us if there have been clicks. All right, now we begin our opening statement. Good glorious. Keep muted until I'm done. All right, so all right, everyone. This debate is on 2 topics: is democracy racist and democracy or dictatorship? We will start with democracy is racist, then democracy or dictatorship, without arguing any philosophy. First, we must come to the agreement on what democracy is, which we can both hopefully agree that the true form of democracy, aka what we are arguing on, is a total, or in its simplest form, a big social co-op. Logan, could you agree by that definition?
Yeah.
Alrighty. Would you like to start us off on the topic that you picked, aka is democracy racist?
So I'd argue that really democracy is racist for the reason why democracy is based off of a hierarchy, right? I mean, I don't know if we can agree on that.
Well,
It
no,
forms a
because we
hierarchy.
came to the true definition that democracy is when a it's based true democracy is a big social co-op. Therefore, there would be no hierarchy because the hierarchy would be the people who vote, and the people who vote would be the people who make the laws. So there would be no hierarchy besides the people, and if the people are the hierarchy, then there is no one controlling the people.
All right. So move on to hierarchy. Sorry. So I would say that democracy is racist because democracy would lead to a group oppressed because of, let's say, laws and put by this democracy, right? I mean, that's my main argument, really. So now you can go.
But I would go off of that it's not inherently racist because it is not targeting a specific minority. How democracy works is, let's say, this is the worst case scenario and also the most unlikely: 51 to 49%. 99% of the time, it will not be that because it will be targeting a certain minority. It will be that because that's how the people voted. Just because the 49% are a minority, or let's say half of them are, that doesn't mean that doesn't mean that the 51% are racially against the minority for the democracy. It just means that they lost the vote.
Uh, so I'd say, I mean, obviously, as I said, I was going that a certain group would obviously be oppressed. Oppression doesn't necessarily have to be direct racism, but it can be implied as a racism. Really, that's all I'm taking a stance on, I guess.
If we're going off of oppression, that's a bit of a straw man off racism, but the two correlate. So we'll still argue this. All right. Um, True. It is true that at 51 to 49%, could be a little bit of oppression, but for me to dissolve this claim, we're this is actually going to be basically one big topic. If you don't mind that we mix the two, what would you prefer over a democracy then?
We can both agree on absolute monarchy, but like dictatorship. I guess that's what we're arguing.
All
Monarchy,
right. Shut up.
democracy.
All right. So going off of that definition, if there is a full dictatorship, they could. There's no guarantee that they will act in the interest of the people, and if so, then it would basically just be a big democracy. So what they could end up doing is they could end up um, doing it where what they appoint is only what 30% of the population support, and 70% do. So, or it could be like 30% of the population uh, don't support it, or like 70% don't support it, and 30% do. So either way there will be discrimination. But democracy is more guaranteed to be safer because it is voted on. The people vote on it. Under dictatorship, it is all based off of one person's mind. Therefore, it excludes the possibility of other ideals.
All right, so
In
you're
fact, that's
saying, yeah, you're following off a dictator. Obviously, it pulls off of one person's ideals. That's obviously that. But when you're saying dictator, democracy. So you're saying democracy is based off of its multiple people voting, so therefore you cannot have true oppression. I don't know. That's what you're going
I
off of.
never said that. I said there will be less forms of oppression under
There
dictatorship
be,
because
I
under
mean,
dicta- under democracy there is guaranteed to have the majority of people supporting a bill that is passed. Under dictatorship there is no guarantee of that. There is only a guarantee that that there will be people upset. Rather, it is bigger or smaller than democracy when democracy is guaranteed to the majority of people. Now, I do not agree with that. In fact, for example, I believe it is terrible that 49% of the population could be completely oppressed. But I believe that democracy is the best system we have. I mean, I'll wait for you to name a better system. You already did, and we're still going off of that. All right.
right. So what you're saying that just because of 40, just so it's a smaller, a bigger margin. Wait, no, it's a smaller margin that would necessarily disagree with the bill that is, let's say, passed by its majority. Right. It's obviously you said this right, like
No,
because it's a small.
I,
Yeah,
I
you no
no,
no no. You're
I
going
did
off of
not.
a
I did
smaller
not say
margin.
that.
No, because it's a smaller margin of
I
people
was
that
not going off
disagree.
that at all. I was going off the
Yes,
guarantees. Like for example, democracy, there was guaranteed to be a majority who voted on it. In under a dictatorship, there is no guarantee to be a majority who supports the bill. There is no guarantee at all. When in democracy, there is a guarantee, whether it's by 51%, by 90%, or by even 100%. There is a guarantee. When under dictatorship, it can be completely random, and that's why I believe that democracy is our best form.
okay, so
But if you would
yeah.
like to continue on your argument, keep going.
All right. So what you're saying now is because obviously more. Can you say that again? I completely forgot what you said.
Yeah. I do that often too. Um, I'm going off the basis that underneath democracy, even though I may not fully agree with it, it is the best system because there is a guarantee that the majority of people will support a bill. Under dictatorship, there is no guarantee.
All right. So
Um,
you're going off the majority, not than the minority. So you
no, I'm going off of guarantees here. Under dictatorship, there could be 79, there could be like 90% of people who hate the bill, 10% who like it. That is a strong majority. Um, but it is, but that was a strong majority who is against the bill, and there was a higher possibility of there being anger because of it. Because a dictator is the one that calls all the moves. Under democracy, however, there is a guarantee that there will be a majority of people voting in favor of a bill.
I mean,
Under dictatorship,
you're
it
going
could be
off of
better,
your all right. So you're
but
going off
but
of
but dictatorship has no single guarantee, meaning that it
uh,
cannot be
uh,
trusted.
so you're going off of that. Obviously, like dictator calls all the shots. 90% to disagree, 10% could agree. So no,
Oh, sorry for that.
so, so no matter what system, you're still gonna obviously have people that disagree with the law that is placed in this country, society, blah blah blah, right? You agree?
Yeah,
There's obviously gonna be disagreeing. But
yeah.
if the
There's going to be
majority, no,
disagreeing
no,
in either
but yeah,
system.
but if the majority has the hold, right? There's no laws, there's no like laws that are gonna be or bills that are gonna be passed by the minority, right? Or barely any, something that can go as a true oppression, really, of the minority.
Yeah. Obviously, there will be oppression under either system, and that's what we are arguing. And that's what we are not arguing. That's you're trying to change the argument. Um, Under democracy, there is
Uh,
a higher guarantee. There is a 100% guarantee that there will be a majority in favor of the vote if it is a true form of democracy. Under dictatorship, there is no guarantee. There could be a majority against the vote.
so it's basically one side that's obviously gonna be getting every single side and getting every single like what they want, basically, right? Going off of that,
I
saying
never said that.
the majority.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
saying
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
majority is gonna get most of the vote, obviously, because they're the majority, right? So the majority gets most of the vote. That's what you're going off of. Yeah. I completely forgot my argument against this. Wait, the
Because
majority
you
gets the
have
vote.
none.
Wait, the majority gets the vote. So if
Meaning
you
that there will be less people oppressed, of course.
so there will be less people oppressed.
Is a better system that is actually plausible. Um, uh, but I believe democracies are best still because um, there will be less people oppressed, and that's a guarantee because under dictatorship it could be a really good dictator, but he could also be very bad at certain times. So there could be a lot of people who hate him, more who hate him, the more than like
Little
him,
shit,
and that's
little
bad
shit
because
trail.
that represents a higher number of percentage. Represents a higher percentage of people that are being oppressed, rather to democracy at the max of people being oppressed at 49%. Now, yes, that is still a big margin, but there is a guarantee of it being less than the majority.
There can also be an instance where obviously the majority has a big hold over the minority, like the minority, let's say like 30%, blah blah blah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We get that.
Here, Logan. This is completely off the argument. It's just you were correct. Guess what?
What?
Has already just posted 2 clips of the video, even
Of
though he
what?
promised me.
You. Okay, okay.
And one of them already has 1,000 views. Anyways, back to the debate.
All right. So what did you say again? You got off topic, so I didn't really listen because you said hold on as soon as I was gonna talk. Wait, so
Well,
you said smaller margin, so less people are gonna be oppressed in a democracy like of 51 to 49, right? Yeah, that's what you said.
mhm,
All right.
yeah.
So you're saying 51 to 49. Obviously, still people are going to be oppressed. I mean, no matter what the margin is of people being oppressed, it doesn't matter, right? We can still argue that's racism that's going against the minority group, right? So no matter what, it's going to be oppression of this group. So it doesn't matter if it's a 49%, it's still going to be oppression. I mean, we're arguing off of democracy is racist, and I mean,
There will be
you're
oppression
no,
in
but you're
either
clear.
system,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
in
yeah, no,
democracy
but we're
there is a
arguing.
guarantee of it being a less
Duncan, it's
percentage.
complete. No, no, we're arguing if democracy is
Like,
racist, not the. Wait. The topic is democracy is racist, right? Not dictatorship, right? As we're going off
we're
of.
technically going off of both. We basically merged them both.
I mean, you agree that was going to be if democracy is racist, so you're technically strawmanning what I'm saying by saying,
No,
well,
no, no, no,
dictatorship,
no, no,
right?
no, 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 no.
Yeah, yes, you are.
To make my argument, and you even allowed me to do this. I asked you, and you said sure. I said, all right, to make my argument against this, I have to know what you would prefer, and we went on to democracy versus dictatorship. So yes, I would gladly return on democracy is racist, but I believe that we cannot do that without merging the other topic. So you can
No,
continue the statement, but this time do not point straw man when you literally allowed me to do it, and it wasn't even a straw man because I
no,
still needed it.
you only asked me. You never said, can I go off the argument off of this basis? You just said, oh, I need to know what you believe in. That's all you really said. You never said that we are going to argue if dictatorship is racist because you never pointed at that, right? But back on my argument.
I
So
did.
49.
I did. I said that under democracy, it is not inherently being pointed at racism. There is not a guarantee of democracy being racist. When dictatorship actually could be, both have the same probability. So I do not believe why you are attacking democracy for this. Like I said, that it's not perfect and it has never fully
Wait, so
worked because
so you're conceding that democracy is racist?
you're gonna let me finish talking, and we have never seen a true version. But I believe both systems could be racist, but dictatorship more than the other. Because if you want, we can go back to arguing dictatorship. Because under democracy, at least there was a majority supporting a bill.
So a majority automatically means that all my problems go like oppression, right? I mean, if even if
I
it's like a small, all right, so even if it's a small margin of people being oppressed, right? It's still oppression. It's still racism. That's what we're going off the
yeah
basis of. Not
yeah
that's
yeah
not the
yeah.
margins of the oppression, right?
I
The margins of the group.
admit
That's
that
what we're going off of.
shut up. I admitted that it could, but I asked you for a better system, and you gave me dictatorship. I proved that dictatorship could be way worse when democracy still has a guarantee of protecting the majority. So I don't see why we're going off of this because A, I have admitted that democracy can be racist, but B,
All right, so
your backup is just as bad, if not way worse.
wait, so you're conceding to the topic? That makes no sense.
I
Then
am
why are we?
not conceding.
You literally just said that democracy can be racist, which would lead
Yeah,
to
and I said
democracy being
dictatorship
racist.
could be too.
Yes, and I'll admit dictatorship can be racist. There's obviously, all right. I'll just see that.
Yes.
So we're conceding on both points here now, right? That makes sense. I don't know.
What? No.
Yeah, you literally just said democracy can be racist.
Yeah,
right?
and I said, give me a better one,
Wait, why are
and
we
you said, oh,
backtracking now?
no, we're
Well,
not
obviously,
backtracking. I give you
obviously, dictatorship
shut
can be racist. All
shut up,
right. So,
hello, and ding dong. All right, I said, all right, give me a better system. And you gave me a dictatorship, which I argued that yes, dictatorship could also be less racist, but it's not a guarantee when it could be way more racist. So there is a bigger margin, therefore it is untrustworthy. Therefore, I do not see why you are arguing over democracy off this when your backup system over a democracy would be way worse.
I mean, I have a good dictator, bad dictator, right? We're still going off of is democracy's right? All right. I know
I
you're
didn't mean to
lying.
do that. I'm so sorry.
All right, so we're going off of democracy is racist, right? If it's racist, we're not going off the margins of who's going to be the oppressed group, right? The minority, right? We're not going off
We're
the
going off of both
margins.
technically.
Wait, how are we going to be going off of both? Because if we're just going off of if it's racist, not
Because
going off
because
the margins of how it's racist.
because they depend on each other to be a topic.
Yes, wait, how?
You cannot have one without having the other.
What?
Oh,
Wait, no, but it's still a form of so you're gonna argue that it's not like a big form of oppression if it's a 49%, 51 to 49. I mean, because it's still 49% of the group being oppressed, right? So you're not getting anywhere here by saying,
but I
oh well, it's
no,
40, it's
nor are
51 to
you. I said
49, so automatically it's canceling out.
no. Shut up. All right. I said I'm gonna let you talk after I finish my statement. I said I said that democracy is a because we have to debate on because if we're debating that democracy is racist, I asked you, okay, give me a better system, and you said dictatorship or monarchy or absolute monarchy. You didn't say constitutional. Under monarchy, there is no guarantee that the vote will go in anyone's favor because it could go into the favor of the dictator, and that could be way more oppressive when actually democracy has a guarantee of being 51%. Now, I'm not saying that democracy is perfect, but I'm saying that your backup system isn't working. Therefore, we shouldn't be arguing on this if you can't give me a system better.
So I should concede. Not what you're
What did you say?
getting at here. All right, so we're obviously, I said, obviously, dictatorship's not obviously gonna be, as I said, I'm saying it's not obviously, gonna go in dictatorship, the dictator's favor, as I'm gonna say, I'll agree to that, right? I'll concede to that point. It's obviously gonna be somewhat, it's obviously gonna be, it's not, wait, all right, I'll back to dictatorship. Obviously, it's not gonna be the best system. All right, obviously, but if I'll go over, I'd go over dictatorship because of the reasons maybe the dictator. I mean, if you want to be obvious dictator of this country, you might be in favor of the country. I'll say might because I'm not going to guarantee a favor of the country, right? But if you go in the majority, it's technically still not going to be in the whole favor of the country. You still have only 51% guaranteed that's obviously going to be in favor of this law being passed. And 49% is not even getting anything that's what they want to be passed, right? So it's oppression, racism, right? So we're going off of that margin, 49% to 51. It's still a large percent of 49 people being oppressed, right?
Yes. But to go back on your point, all right, give me a second. I have to swallow something. All right. So go off your point, which you have basically just said. If you basically just said what I said, but you need to tell me how democracy is inherently racist if it's just a vote. And before you can even do that, you need to tell me a better system, which I have already debunked that there is no better system or that your system is not better. So therefore, you cannot argue this. All right. Now I'll let you LARP as anything you want to make this debate more interesting. But as I see it at the moment, unless you don't, I think this debate is over because if you concede on dictatorship, then you might as well concede on racism because you cannot give me a better system. And there's nothing else to argue on.
That's completely strongman of what the topic that we're going off of. We're not going off of till we find a better system. This topic, right? We're going off of the democracy racist, right? And you've already
Yeah.
said democracy is obviously going to be oppressive.
Yeah,
and I
yeah, but
guarantee
I
you.
never said it would be racially oppressive, and we're not going off of oppression. We're going off of racial
Wait,
oppression. Racial oppression.
So what about dictatorship? Maybe it's not going to be off racial oppression, right? You're going
I
to go
never
off of that
said that it
point,
would be.
right?
I said it. I was going off of the point that
So
it would be
both
more
systems are
oppressive.
obviously going to be oppressive. So you're not proving if it's going to be racist or not. You're just going to prove that it's going to be
Because
oppressive, right?
no, 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 no,
So
no,
both
no, no.
systems are going to be oppressive.
Logan, you see your issue here. You're. Well, I'm gonna look this up to prove my point. But all right, you're saying, oh well, you need to show me that democracy is racist. Is literally what you just said without knowing it. All right, now by the way, I have you muted, so please do not try to talk unless I unmute you. But once this is loaded, I will prove my point. All right. Yes, you are the negative. All right, you are the negative in this debate. But you are the affirmative on the topic, is democracy racist? Therefore, you would have to prove to me that democracy is racist before I have to prove to you that it isn't or is, and before I have to prove to you that dictatorship is racist or not. But I don't even have to prove that because we're not going off of dictatorship anymore.
All right, am I muted?
By the way, whenever you're talking and whenever I'm talking, I'm muting the other person. So I am muted
Okay.
now.
All right, so we're gonna go off of how to prove how democracy is necessarily racist. That's what we're going off of. You can answer like we're going off of how I can prove democracy is necessarily racist. I mean, the minority is
Yes,
obviously
right.
going to be oppressed, right? And it's obviously a minority group. I mean, some bills obviously can be racially caused. Of the other group can necessarily be racially caused against this other group, or like against the group. I don't know what I'm getting at here right now.
Yeah, because before you would say that, like yeah, there obviously could be some bills, but the issue is, if you're going to argue off of that, I want you to give me a better system. All right, and you are still
Wait,
yet to do so. Because okay, let's say that democracy is racist. All right, what would you prefer?
I have no clue.
And then I believe that we are done here.
Right, so we haven't proved, we just proved that it's not, let's say, oppressive. Both systems are obviously going to be oppressive, dictatorship.
Yes, but okay. I
So
guess we're going back to the dictatorship part. All right, so I have just cut your mic. I will be talking, so you do not interrupt me. Um, but yes, I believe that both systems will be inherently oppressive, but democracy less than dictatorship. So you have to prove to me if there is a better system, and if not, then you have to, shall we say, settle. Like obviously, the most preferred system would be like nihilism, but yet again, not everyone is nihilist, and I do not believe that that is able to be. It sounds good on paper, but I do not think that that is able to happen in real life because of commitments. So until you can give me a better system, you cannot inherently say that democracy is racist because you have to tell me a way that we could escape that. You also, since you're the negative, you also have to defend your claim. So you have to defend a way to escape it. And I'm going on mute.
Right.
3, 2, 1.
Alright, so we're going off of how I can prove that democracy is obviously racist, right?
And
So
we're also
I
going
can
off the
make
point. Cut your mic while I say this. Yes, we are. And we're also going off the point. And let's say it is. You have to tell me a system that we could go back to. And if you can't, then you're just going to have to settle. Cutting my mic in 3, 2, 1. And right after I cut it, I will put yours back on 3, 2, 1.
Alright, so I'll have to prove obviously how democracy is necessarily racist. I mean, obviously I would prove oppression, right? And you're gonna have oppression mostly any form of system that you're gonna obviously have, right? Oppression. I don't know if you can agree to that. But there's gonna be some form of oppression, obviously, if
Yes, but I want you to give me a system that we could escape to.
uh, I really can't defend any other system, but I guess absolute monarchy or constitutional monarchy.
But I already debunked that.
Absolute constitutional monarchy. I don't know. See, I can't really defend
Constitutional
it.
monarch is just the same thing with the Constitution. It might as well be a democracy. It's
So we're going.
it's literally half and half, so it doesn't
So
matter.
we're really going in circles right here. So no one's ever getting to a point. You
No,
just
no one's
approve.
getting it because you keep dodging my question.
How am I dodging your question?
I asked you for a better system. You gave me one. And then I said, all right, well, I already debunked that. So you're still yet to give me an actual better system. And if you cannot give me a better system, then I believe there is no point in arguing this.
So all we
I,
just proved is no one has ever proved that everything is racially motivated, right?
if you can't prove that everything is racially motivated, then you cannot prove that it is specifically racist.
All right, I can see that democracy isn't racist, but it's oppressive. I don't know if you can.
All right, so would you like to concede on this topic? Because I think that neither of us won on this.
All right, yeah.
Because I was the negative on this one. So wait, that means if I'm the negative and I successfully defended to the point where you conceded.
Well,
Yeah, we'll
technically,
discuss
no
this
one
later.
won. We all went in circles. We never even defended.
But on
You
the
never proved how it
dictatorship part,
isn't.
though,
Yes, so no one
we'll
won the
debate that.
topic.
We'll debate this part later. Anyways,
Wait, so no one
would
won the
you
topic?
prefer me to wrap this up, or
So no one won the topic.
yeah? But would you prefer me to wrap this up
Yeah.
because I do not think there's more of us to say.
All right, yeah.
All right. I
Yeah.
will now be removed while I wrap it up, but do not leave until I am done wrapping it up, please, so we can discuss right after. All right, everyone. So that was the debate, and I will be dropping a poll down below, basically, your guys' opinion on who won, even after this has happened. But anyways, I think this was a productive debate, as there has been one concede from Logan and one concede from me, or two from Logan, one from me. We got nowhere in this on the second part, but I believe on the first part it was productive enough for either side. Yeah, I hope people show up later. And I have a feeling that we will have to have a part 2 to this debate. Anyways, guys, have a good night.